Hello everyone, welcome to Just Invest Today. And in today's video, we're going to do a quick Tencent stock analysis and if we should worry about government intervention from the CCP, man. Pony Ma actually came out, the CEO came out and talked about how Tencent can be replaceable. Those are honestly weird words from the CEO. When you think about it, he never talks, he never comes out and says this type of stuff. Like, you can barely hear any speeches about what Pony Ma thinks about the company, how they're kind of acquiring businesses, anything like that. So for him to come out and talk about this under all the regulatory pressure that Tencent has been facing, Baba has been facing, have they been getting fined like crazy, have they been stopping deals? What is going on in the market and what do we think about Tencent going into the future? So this is going to be a quick video or quick analysis on what we think about Tencent because I have a big stake in Tencent, 10% position already. Before we get into this video, like it, subscribe to my channel. I'm always providing you with so much new content. So click it, click that subscribe button, man. So let's get into the first article regarding Tencent because this was really weird and really eye-opening. Tencent founder Pony Ma warns company is replaceable in leaked speech signaling a low-key future. In his speech reported online, tech giant's chief executive emphasized Tencent's role as an assistant and a connector. Ma said the operator of China's largest social media and video gaming business should avoid crossing any lines after a year of increasing regulatory pressure. So we know that Tencent has been getting crushed in the market. Look where it's at. It's down from $98, 41%, man. So you can understand what's happening with Tencent and how people are thinking about the company overall. People think that maybe Tencent is saying this or Pony Ma is saying this because he thinks that the government, he's trying to stay as low-key as possible and kind of do the opposite of Jack Ma. How Jack Ma was going against the government, Pony Ma is kind of like with the government instead of kind of rattle feathers, going against the grain, and just being an assistant to the CCP and what they want. That's what Pony Ma is trying to do when he makes these remarks. So it's kind of eye-opening. Pony Ma, the founder of chief executive of Tencent Holdings, warned employees last month that the company could be replaced at any time. In a speech emphasizing the company's role in providing a service to society, he is saying that they can be replaced at any time. So I honestly think this is like a low-key speech. This is trying to kind of underhand how strong Tencent has become, how strong Tencent's ability is to acquire businesses, to just make the use of what it's been doing in the market. Because you got to remember, from this Mohnish Pabrai lecture, he says that Tencent, and you got to remember, Mohnish Pabrai invested heavily in Tencent because he found the thesis of what Tencent has been doing. He said there's 25,000 software engineers just going out and trying to acquire companies, trying to make better software. So that's what the 25 software engineers are trying to do. And he's saying, look at the dominance in the video game space and even software space. So that's what the 25,000 software engineers are doing in Tencent. And then he says there's another side. There's two bazookas. That's the first bazooka. The second bazooka is the 30 Warren Buffett engineers that are going to acquire new companies, making new acquisitions, new investments, and they're almost like a venture capitalist firm. And we can see that Tencent made 268 investments last year, 48 overseas, that's like one every weekday, up from 175 in 2020. The biggest categories are gaming and enterprise software, which together comprise nearly half of the investments by number. So that's just a crazy. And you can just see right here, Tencent buys Turtle Rock Studios in this latest Western acquisition. And these are the things that they just do, man. They make these quick acquisitions and they just buy these companies. Chinese gaming giant Tencent is buying Turtle Rock Studios, the California-based makers of cooperative multiplayer games Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood. Those are crazy games. So look at what they're just doing. And they have crazy market for the gaming industry. They're just leading in that market. Next, look what Tencent acquired. They acquired Xiaomi-backed gaming smartphone maker Black Shark for $470 million. So these are just look at all these acquisitions that Tencent is making, and this is just the small amount of things that they're doing. So they're just building out their platform, they're building out their social media market, they're just building out their freaking fintech business, and this is what they keep doing. So maybe these remarks from Pony Ma is just to kind of keep the noise down and keep under the CCP's guidance. So that's how I'm thinking about it. Maybe these monopolies like Tencent are just trying to keep low under the radar and not kind of ruffle the feathers of the CCP. He added that tech giants should do its job without crossing any lines. See what I'm saying? Reiterating a past theme about companies serving as an assistant and a connector. The 50-year-old entrepreneur has only occasionally spoken in the public in recent years about the business he created, making Ma reported comments a rare glimpse at the thinking behind the company's response to an increasingly tough regulatory environment. And that's what I'm saying. He doesn't make these comments. So maybe Ma is seeing something in the future that the government may have more of a handle on Tencent's business. Like, is that a huge risk? And that's how we have to weigh into the Chinese risk, the regulatory risk, because it's a potential of stuff happening with the company. Like, you just can't dismantle that. You just can't think that can't happen. So we have to be careful with these companies investing in China and just how you're positioning. And that's how I'm seeing it. Because, I have a 50% position in China. So all of these articles, like, I have to pay attention to, because these could potentially have a risk on my investment. Because think about it. Tencent is selling at $57, man. So we know this is super cheap. Right now, a fair valuation of Tencent is like $95. That's a fair estimate. Look at the growth rates of the company. 56%, 31%, 20%, 27% revenue growth with 45% margins. And we see all the companies Tencent's acquiring, how Tencent has a duopoly in the fintech business, how they have a freaking monopoly in the freaking gaming, in the social media. Like, they have to stay under the radar as they keep acquiring new businesses. So that's what I'm seeing from Tencent. I'm not sure what the government is presenting to Tencent for him to actually come out and speak like that. Like, there has to be some kind of underlying theme or reason he came out to speak now. It's not the usual thing when it comes to Pony Ma. So we have to keep our eyes open on that, on their analysis of Tencent. But Tencent, there's no loose screws, man. They just keep acquiring companies. They keep making new developments in their software business. You're just seeing what people think about the business right now. I have my price target for Tencent at $90. So what do you think about buying Tencent or putting more money into Tencent at these cheap prices? $50 selling today. It's been going down 32% past year. It's been down 32% for the year. So we're seeing what's happening with Tencent, with Baba, with JD.com, and all these companies. So what do you think about this company? Is it a buy? Is it a sell? Are you worried about this news that Ponyma's coming out and kind of talking about the government and trying to keep low-key in this regulatory environment? What are your thoughts on this, man? Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm always providing you with new content, man. Peace!